We're back on Interceptors again now. Got them coming out my ears here, look. Right, the Mk2, this one, I got fed up of waiting for the new coil to come. The guy messaged me and said he couldn't get it, in stock. He said it was due any day. So I waited for a couple more weeks and nothing happened. So he gave me a refund and off I went to Colchester and I bought a double-ended coil. So I've got that now. I can get on with that one now. The Mk1A still sitting there. Still haven't started this project yet. I'm working up to it, but yeah, I don't think it's quite as bad as I thought mechanically, but we'll see with that. The new Interceptor is just what it is, the new Interceptor. I'll get back to that one in a minute. This is my Mk1, my Mk1 project. It's a bit of an odd one, this one, because it's been, sorry, I'm just trying to stand something up here. It's been built as a Mk1A. It's you can see the front forks are same as these, but they're not quite, because they're bullet forks in here. They've gone together quite well. It's got a bullet front wheel, so you've got the twin leading shoe front brake, which isn't a bad thing. But it's wrong. It's a Mk1. It's a 1962 Mk1 Interceptor, when it's got the engine in it, but it still is, and the engine and frame numbers match with the factory records. It was dispatched from the works in December 1962, and that was a month after it was released at the motorcycle show. So this is probably one of the very first Interceptors ever sold, and it's always been in the UK. It's never been abroad, this one. It was dispatched from the factory in December 1962, and it went straight to Wales to a dealer called Them, T-H-E-M. Never heard of them, and I can't find any record of them either, but anyway, that's what happened. The engine is completely and utterly worn out. I knew it came with new pistons, and I'll deal with that now. Actually, this is the barrels from it, and there's the new pistons. As you can see, they're plus 60s. Well, that's a bit of a no-no, really. Yes, they do fit the bores, but the bores are absolutely wore out. So you're going to put brand new pistons in worn out bores. But the other thing is you can't run them at plus 60. That's the problem. Because if I show you, this is the spigot on the bottom of the barrel that goes into the crankcases. Look how thin that spigot is. Now, to re-sleeve these back to standard, you've got to overbore them even more, which means that you lose that spigot on the bottom. It becomes so thin, it's likely to break off. If it breaks off and goes into your bottom end, that's it. That's goodbye to the engine. So basically, these cylinder barrels are scrap. Can't do anything with them. So I thought, oh dear, what do I do? So I phoned Hitchcock's up and had a chat with them, and I bought a new set of barrels, brand new set of barrels for them. And these are these, look, they're lovely, aren't they? Now, the thing with Hitchcock's is they've got all the factory drawings, the engineering drawings. I think they probably bought them off Matt Holder, I think, who had held everything at one point for Royal Enfield. So anything that Hitchcock's make for any Enfield. If they can't get the new stuff or old stock stuff, they'll have it remanufactured exactly to the factory specifications from the drawings, the finishes, the fit, everything. And these are just a nice set of barrels, aren't they? And the spigot's nice and thick on them, and they're standard bores. So yeah, that's the way to go. So yeah, that's awaiting to be put together. I've got everything for it now. The engine, the crank's been reground -20. Got new shells, new bearings, new mains, pistons, the barrels, the oil seals, the gaskets. So I've got everything. Unfortunately, it came with a set of Constellation cams, which are pretty tame. Well, they're not tame. I mean, they are hotter than the Meteor cams, but they are pretty tame, really, compared with the Interceptor cams. The Interceptor cams are Redditch R cams, and they're actually stamped R. Well, I was incredibly lucky because I found a guy in America that was breaking up an Interceptor, of all things. He was just a bike breaker. He didn't care about anything, you know. He didn't care about heritage or anything like that. And I managed to buy the cams off him, which are Redditch R cams and really nice. I haven't brought them out, but a camshaft is a camshaft, but they are Redditch cams. Pussycat, yeah, we've got to have a cat in the videos. So yeah, that's the engine pretty much taken. Gearbox is in a million parts. I've got to piece that together. But the gearbox is lots of cats fighting again. Oh well, they do what they do, don't they? Yeah, so this is not quite right. I can understand why it's been done like a Mk1A, because it's a bit like this, but it's got the wrong top yoke on it anyway. That's the top yoke it should have, and this has got this one, so it's not quite right. I've got a set of Interceptor Mk1 front forks, all original with a nacelle on them, like the classic 350s have got and the Bullets have got. They've all got it, with the built-in headlight and everything. So I'll probably want to build this up as a Mk1. The difference between the Mk1A, well, the Mk1 didn't have upswept pipes on it. They had straight pipes, same silencers, just straight down pipes. It had a big battery box cover in here, air filter and toolkit and whatever else you had, and it had this isn't the original seat, as I said in the other video. It should have a herringbone pattern on the cover. It's not bad it's pretty much the right shape, but it's not the right cover. It just doesn't look right, I don't think. But I shan't worry, I can get those seats from Hitchcock's. Now, this has got the blade type mudguards on it, which the Interceptor Mk2's got them to a degree. They are slightly different. These ones on here are actually Mk1s. This is Mk1, this is Mk1, because the proper seat carrying frame comes round through there and out back. Why that's got these on there, I don't know. They look fairly original, but they're the wrong ones. See, this is how the seat carrier should go, like this. It goes round the back there and back again. It doesn't go onto the sides of the mudguard. So, what does this mean then? It means that these mudguards are coming off this because they're wrong for it. These mudguards although they're new, they're pretty much the right pattern. These are Mk1A mudguards, so these are going to go onto that bike there, and those mudguards are going to go on here. That makes the bikes more complete and more original. I just don't know what I've written to the guy's son, who originally had this. I mean, the old fellow has died now, but I've written to his son to see if I can shed any light on it. Whether he's into motorbikes or not, I don't know, but he might be able to tell me something. I've not had a reply yet. He's in America. So yeah, that's that. So that, I can sort that out. The other thing, I'll put a picture up. The Mk1, the UK one, was an ugly old thing, really. It really was. It had that big square tank and like I say, these big toolbox and air filter housing in here, which was not very pretty. I'll put a picture up and you can see they're quite clumsy and looking. Where the export models had the small tanks, you know, they had the 2.5 gallon tank like that one. You could get the Mk1 with that tank. That was quite common, but only for the export ones, obviously. You've got the scrambles type handlebars. You couldn't get this tank because it was only on the Mk2s. So yeah, it's a bit of a hodgepodge of parts at the moment, but it's all going to get sorted bit by bit by bit. Frame's all been powder coated. It's got a bullet back wheel in it. It should have the twin 6-inch brakes. One brake one side of the hub and the other brake the other side of the hub. Well, I've got one of those hubs, but for the sake of originality, am I going to change it? No, because that'll probably work really well. Now, when they're set up, the twin leading shoes work well. At the end of the day, who knows, who cares, as long as it looks right first glance. But in essence, it's a factory bike, basically. Just got the wrong bits on it again from the start, but it really was a project when I got it. It was yeah, there's boxes and boxes and boxes of parts. Everything's there. Some of it's worn out, some of it isn't, but we'll check all that. We'll go through it. Why have I got the new Interceptor out? I don't know, just have another look at it, really, to say, well, I did a comparison video between this one and the Mk2 at the end there. My further thoughts on that, there is no comparison between that one and this one. They're not even remotely the same. This new one is an Interceptor in name only, because there is no heritage. The Indians had nothing to do with the Interceptors, the original Interceptors. They never produced them. They never had anything to do with it. But they own the name, and they can bring out what models they like. They painted all the names, and they brought this out and called it the Interceptor. Now, will you stop fighting, you two? Anyway, yeah, so they called it an Interceptor 650, which is their prerogative. They can do that if they like, but it's got no heritage. It's not a development of these in any way, shape or form. The only thing that's pretty much the same is the badge on the tank. It's pretty much the same, but it's not the same bike. It's not a development of it. It's a different bike. It's a more modern bike, and that's what it is. It's a modern bike that just happens to be called an Interceptor. They've tried to make some bits look like the old ones, but they're not kidding anybody. Well, not if you've got an original ones. yeah, it is what it is. I think it's pretty bland and unexciting, to be quite honest with you. It just does everything like a modern bike does. It's no sort of challenge to ride it or get it started or, you know, fix it, or not that I'm saying you do that with any of these, but once they're sorted, they're sorted, and they last for a long time. But yeah, so there, I haven't really changed my mind about that new Interceptor. I've got it because it's usable. I can do long distances with it if you like, but I've had it all to bits. I've had all the front forks out of this, ready to do the conversion into a classic, and unfortunately I've run into problems with the front wheel, so I've had to put it all back together. So it's just a trial run really, and I'm just waiting for some more parts to come and we'll crack on with that. But I want to be getting on with that fairly quickly. Get the next one I want to sort out right quick, and this will be done. It's going to be interesting. It's going to look a lot different when it's finished. And this, I'm sort of just piecing together parts, forming a plan of how I'm going to go about it. I've got the English tank for it, brand new chrome one. I've also got the panel tank for it, so I've got options. I can put this type of tank on it, which I probably will, because it's a lot nicer looking, a lot nicer. I mean, the square tank is about 4.5–5 gallon, I think. It's a massive great thing, and it doesn't make it look sleek and fast or anything. It's just a thing, you know. It's just a big square tank like the Constellation had. I mean, yeah, the Constellations just all look like that. They didn't have the smaller tanks. I've not seen one with a smaller tank anyway. So that's Interceptors. Yeah, I don't know what else to tell you really. So that like I say, the coil's going to go on that one. That will finish off the electronic ignition. This one, I'm waiting to start on it really. But I'm not going to, I've said it in the previous video, I'm not going to start doing anything to it until I'm clear of all the other projects that I've got to do. I've got 1 or 2 projects outstanding that I want to get done. That's one of them, this one. I'm gone fed up of looking at it as it is, to be quite honest with you. You know, you see one, you've seen 100, don't you? But so anyway, yeah, and this one, I'm just piecing it together. Not much I need for it. I just haven't even got around to putting the tyre on the back of it yet. But yeah, I bought that Mk1A in America from Baxter Cycles, and I knew that the mudguards and the seat carrier were wrong. I knew that right from the start. But I had in mind that they were the right mudguards for this, and these are the right mudguards for that. So yeah, the cat's worn himself out. But yeah, ooh, go on. So yeah, that's it. Barrels and pistons and camshafts and cranks, and I've got I've loads of it. I've got stuff like this coming out my ears. I've got to keep track on it. But if it wasn't for people like Hitchcocks, we wouldn't be able to do any of this, you know, because there is no new parts for these, not really. You know, I mean, and they, like I say, they got the factory drawings, and if they're going to take all the time to produce stuff from the factory drawings, so it is absolutely spot on, and it is spot on, then fair play to them. They're not the cheapest people in the world, but they offer the best service, and they're always willing to help. Always willing. They're just Royal Enfield people through and through. So I hope you've enjoyed this bit of a Saturday morning malarkey with the Interceptors. It takes me 100 years to push them all out, but there we go. Sun shining. Am I going to fix anything today? No, I'm going out for a ride. I'm back at work again on Monday, so I've got today and tomorrow to enjoying myself, and we're not going to get many more days like this. It's warm, sunny, dry, you know, we are in October, so yeah. Well, so I hope you've enjoyed this. Yeah, drop in again and I'll keep you updated with what I'm doing with everything. I've noticed that my ride out videos don't do very well. Don't get many views on them, not really. The little bullet has accumulated, I think, just over 1,000 views, but and quite a few likes, but they're not everybody's cup of tea, and not everybody's going to click on it. I know that. So I'm probably going to do less ride out videos and more to do with working on the bikes, talking about the problems I'm having with them, you know, things that need fixing. I will do the. Let me know in the comments if you want ride out videos. I'll do them. It's not a problem, because I'm riding about all over the place on all sorts of different things all the time. It's no problem. Just put a camera on. So yeah, just let me know in the comments if you want ride out videos. I know they're still waiting. You're all still waiting for a ride out on this, and I've just been so busy at work and other things. I haven't had a chance to get this coil in, but I'm going to put it in, get it sorted out. I'll probably do that this afternoon or tomorrow sometime. Then that'll be another one sorted. Everything wants a damn good clean, I know that. Well, that's a day's work, isn't it, trying to clean 3 or 4 bikes. But yeah, I mean, look at the frame on that new Interceptor. Nothing like one of these. Nothing like it at all. No, nothing like it at all. Well, I didn't design it, did I? I just bought it. So yeah, when I've finished it and I've got it looking how I like, more like one of these, I'll be happy. But I want to do it before they bring that classic out, if they're going to bring that classic out. I've got all the parts and they're all genuine Royal Enfield. There's no pattern parts going on it, and it's just a combination of different models, but it'll make a nice bike, nice looking bike. I mean, I go to bike shows and I see these new Interceptors, sometimes, you know, 5 or 6 of them at one show. They all look about the same, they all go about the same. So yeah, I just want something a little bit different, and I'm going to get it. Anyway, like I say, I'll keep rambling on, so drop in any time on the videos. I'll keep you updated. You know, if you like it, put a like. If you don't. It's entirely up to you. I'm not going to tell you to subscribe, because if you want to, you will. As simple as that. That's down to you. But anyway, there we go. I'm going to let you go at that, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.